Good afternoon. We are here again in my kitchen during our quarantine. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make mini cheesecakes for you. This is going to be a little different than how it would be if we were in class. This is going to be better for home use. You are going to need 6 cookies. They can be, I'm going to use Oreos. Okay, you're going to need a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 8 ounces or a block of cream cheese, 1/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we need some muffin liners or cupcake papers. I have 2 different types here that I'm going to talk about. Okay, we're going to first start, whoops, one dropped. Luckily it landed butter side up. Okay, so first thing that you're going to do is preheat your oven to 325. You want to get that nice and hot, let it preheat. Mine takes about 15 minutes. Yours can take anywhere from 10 to 15, sometimes 20 minutes, depending on the temperature. Second thing that we're going to do is we are going to take some cooking spray and we are going to spray the muffin tin just lightly. And we do that just for ease of cleanup mainly. Okay. You can use just paper cupcake liners or muffin liners if you want. I am using silicone, so they're plastic or rubber. I just prefer them to paper because they're a little bit easier to get out. The cupcake or the cheesecake. Okay, so we're going to do that. Second, we are going to take a cookie and we're going to put it in each one of the liners. Now, you can use different types of cookies. That's going to change the flavor, is the type of cookie that you use for the bottom. This is like our crust. And I'm using Oreo cookies. They're going to just set right in the bottom. When we're at school, we normally use vanilla wafers or Nilla wafers, depending on the brand that you get. Chocolate chip cookies work for this as well. Okay, so you're going to place them in the cupcake liner. Then we're going to, number 4 says we are going to mix cream cheese, sugar, and vanilla extract on a medium speed until well blended. All right, so I have mixing bowl, and I am going to use a handheld mixer. If we were in class, I would use our stand mixer, but because most of us have this at home, I'm going to use this for this recipe. So first off, I'm going to put in the cream cheese. Okay, it needs to be at room temperature. And room temperature means that you need to let it sit out for about 30 minutes so that it cools or heats up really to about the temperature of the room. It makes it easier to mix. Then we are going to need a 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, remember you can use your finger to level, you can use a knife to level. And we need 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Another way to change the flavor would be a different extract that you could use. Different ones that I have at home are almond, coconut. You can get chocolate flavoring. So you could do a chocolate flavored. Lemon is another one. Okay, then I'm going to mix this together. I'm going to use my beaters. Okay, it says on a medium. So a medium is going to be different depending on your mix beaters. My medium is number 2. And you want to get it so it's nice and smooth. Okay, I'm going to ask my assistant if they could get me a rubber scraper out of the drawer. That red one will work. Thank you. My lovely assistant is my husband this afternoon. Okay, then it says we're going to add the egg. Now, the egg is added to the mixture, and it does two things in a cheesecake. It acts as a thickening agent, and it acts as an emulsifier, which makes it smooth. Okay, I'm going to turn this on again, so it's going to get loud. And I'm going to mix it well for 2 minutes on a low to medium speed. If you need to scrape the sides of the bowl, you're going to take your beaters and kind of work the sides of the bowl to get it all mixed in. You are timing this. I turned it up. And you have to be careful because if you go too long, you can over mix it, which will cause it to separate. We've got about another 30 seconds. All right, some differences I want to talk about is differences between our our cheesecake and traditional cheesecake. There's a couple different things. One is the size, okay? Traditional cheesecakes, the pan's about this big. One is going to be the cooking time and temperature. We cook ours for just about 15 minutes. Let me double check that, make sure that that's right. Yeah, 15 minutes. And regular cheesecakes or traditional cheesecakes take a little bit longer than that. They take somewhere between 45 minutes to an hour. And then the temperature. And then the other thing is the pan. We are using a muffin pan. A traditional cheesecake uses what is called a spring form pan. So there is a spring on the side which releases the side of the pan and the bottom so that you can take the sides off without ruining your cheesecake. Okay. Other ways that you can change the flavor is at this point, you could add something to the cheesecake and you would, stir it by hand. You could add in chocolate chips. You could add in crunched up Oreos, cookies, vanilla wafers, fruit is another way. Okay, you're going to fill these about halfway. So take a spoon. Take another spoon and push this off and in. And you're going to start by putting a small amount in each cup. About a spoonful. And then you'll fill it in. With the remaining. Now we're going to bake these, as I said, for about 15 minutes once our oven has reached the preheat temperature of 325. And we are going to take them out of the oven at 15 minutes. And we're going to remove them very carefully from the pan onto a cooling rack. And then we're going to put that in the fridge. I like them to be really cold, so I'm going to put them in the fridge for about an hour. If you're dying to eat them and you want them to get cooled really quick, you can put them in the freezer for about 15 minutes and they'll cool a little quicker. I want to show you a trick here once I get all of my filling in of how to get a smooth top, and hopefully it works. Sometimes you try stuff and it works and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to take the spoon and I'm going to go around in a circle and it will smooth out the top and make them level so that you have a flat surface. Okay. For your homework, you are going to be sure that you have listed all of the equipment that I used in the lab. You are going to answer the 4 questions regarding eggs, regarding what could go wrong, how we could add different flavors, and the difference between traditional cheesecake and regular cheesecake, or our mini cheesecakes, excuse me. Okay, and that is our demonstration for today.